A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia, Ukrainian officials have communicated an updated plan to the United States aimed at resolving the war that has ravaged their nation since February 2022. This new proposal comes at a time when tensions are escalating between U.S. President Donald Trump and European leaders, highlighting a growing transatlantic rift. The initial U.S. plan suggested that Ukraine surrender land not currently occupied by Russia, a move that was met with considerable resistance from Kyiv and its European allies. They viewed this approach as overly accommodating to Russia's demands. The revised proposal, as described by a Ukrainian official, takes into account Ukraine's perspective and aims to address problematic issues more adequately. However, the specifics of this plan remain undisclosed as officials await feedback from the American side. President Trump, who has been vocal in pressuring Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to accept the U.S. framework, expressed frustration with both Kyiv and its European partners during a recent visit to France. His comments reflect a deepening divide with Europe, which he characterized as decaying and weak, in the face of challenges like immigration and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. This sentiment was echoed in a new U.S. national security strategy that warned of the risk of civilizational erasure for the continent. During a press briefing, Trump recounted a conversation with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron, and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, where they discussed Ukraine in strong terms. He indicated that while European leaders are keen to hold fresh discussions over the weekend, he is skeptical about their effectiveness, cautioning against wasting time. Trump emphasized the need for clarity before committing to any meetings, indicating that the U.S. would assess the situation based on the responses from European leaders. The backdrop of these diplomatic maneuvers is the ongoing military struggle in Ukraine, particularly in the eastern Donbass region, where Ukrainian forces are reportedly facing significant challenges. Compounding this situation is a corruption scandal involving several of Zelensky's close associates, which has put additional pressure on the Ukrainian leader. In a bid to address these issues, Zelensky has indicated that the updated plan has been divided into 3 key documents: a 20-point framework for peace, a security guarantees paper, and a separate document focused on Ukraine's post-war recovery. Zelensky also announced that he had recently held an online meeting with key figures in the U.S. administration, including Jared Kushner, the son-in-law of President Trump, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and BlackRock CEO Larry Fink. This meeting was described as a preliminary gathering to discuss the reconstruction and economic recovery of Ukraine, with Zelensky emphasizing the importance of security and fostering a stable business environment post-conflict. Despite these efforts, Trump has hinted at a potential withdrawal from the conflict, attributing the situation to the policies of his predecessor, Joe Biden. He reiterated his belief that he could resolve the conflict swiftly upon returning to office, indicating a preference for allowing the parties involved to fight it out. However, he acknowledged the human cost of such an approach, lamenting the loss of thousands of lives each week as the conflict persists. "The whole thing is ridiculous," Trump stated, underscoring his frustration with the ongoing violence. As the situation continues to evolve, the effectiveness of Ukraine's revised proposal and the response from the U.S. and its European allies remain to be seen. The coming days will be critical in determining the trajectory of diplomatic efforts aimed at ending the war and restoring stability in the region. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.